What's going on, YouTube? Zobs of the Water here, bringing you a battle with my second generation Little Cup team. Looking at my opponent's team, it looks like an unconventional sand team, more defensive than the common offensive ones you see running around. Now, I wasn't too threatened by this, and real things that I was worried about was Cacnea because of Sandstream, and Magby because, well, I'm using a Magby and I know exactly how powerful they could be. But other than that, I wasn't too afraid. I should have been more afraid. You'll see what I mean. My opponent today is King O Crush, who I met on the Smogon Wi-Fi-Battle Finder. He's going to send out his Hippopotas first turn as I send out my Strobolus, my Pineco. He's going to get up his Sandstream, and I'm thinking I can just get up my Stealth Rocks. However, he goes for the Toxic, which means I'm going to have a limited amount of turns I can use. But I'm still going to go for the Stealth Rocks. So, next turn, I'm thinking, I could probably get some Spikes up. As he's going to pull back and go into his King O Crush, his, Cacnea. So I'm gonna go for some spikes, and I'm thinking, if this is an entry hazard user, I can probably get away with another set of spikes, and I can, and it is, which means I can keep going for the spikes and then just spin them away once I'm done. So I'm getting pretty close to my third layer. I'm thinking I can go for a rapid spin here, even if he hits me, because the toxic damage will probably take me out, and this will be my last turn. However, I survive on like 1 HP, but I'm still going to go for the rapid spin just in case, but he just decides to take me out with the Drain Punch, so it doesn't matter. Going to go into my Balto just to try and take it out with a Fire Blast as he goes into his Mr. Wiggles, his Onyx, and I'm just going to go for a substitute. Now, I'm really worried about this thing having Rock Blast, but this is actually a rematch we had because in our first one we DC'd. And this same scenario happened, but he never went for it, so I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, he doesn't have it. So I'm going to go for the Dark Pulses to knock him out. He sets up his Stealth Rocks, and that is a dead Onyx. So he's going to send out his Spongy as a leap, and this thing was a major pain in the last battle we had, but I managed to get some freeze hacks on it. And that really mattered. As you guys can see, I would go for a Fire Blast. It does a considerable amount, but it's just not going to be enough. So I'm going to pull back and go into my Tumor Magby. As he goes for Stockpile, boy, did I pick the wrong turn to switch out. So he goes for Stockpile, and I'm going to go for the Flare Blitz and just try and knock this thing out, because I'm thinking with Sandstorm up, its special defense will beef through the roost, so the best thing to do is hit this thing physically. So he's going to keep going for the Stockpiles, and I'm going to keep going for the Flare Blitzes, and I'm hoping for maybe some kind of damage here. Just a little bit more. Maybe a burn, maybe a crit, something. But it's just not happening. And I'm going to keep going for it, but it's just not going to happen. So, Tumor goes down to some recoil. He knows this and wisely goes for the recover. And I'm just not sure how I'm going to deal with it. I send out Balto again, so maybe I can weaken him a bit. I go for the Dark Pulse on the off chance I'll get the flinch. And I don't. He goes for the recover, and he's at full right now. So now I'm hoping, okay, Fire Blast, maybe a burn, please. Nope. He sets up another Stockpile, which is just horrible for me, and I'm going to get taken out by the Sandstorm. So now I'm going to go to my Black Mage and think, okay, I have to rely on hacks now. This sucks, but maybe I can still do it. I get a crit here, which is nice, thankfully. But the only way I'm going to take it out is if I get another crit or a special defense drop. And he gets the special defense drop with Energy Ball, which is just like, whoa, what? Are you serious? I'm the one who needs the special defense drop, and you get it on me? You suck! So I'm going to keep going for these Shadow Balls as he goes for Energy Ball, and I just don't know what to do. This thing is, let's face it, this thing is Wooper. This is what my opponents face when they face Wooper, except the difference between my Wooper and his Pseudo Wooper is that his Pseudo Wooper can hit me for 4x times damage, and I can't do anything to it. I'm going to send out my Flashlight, because really it's the second to last Pokemon I got, and I'm going to go for Ice Beam, hope for some freeze hacks or something, but I just don't get it. I'm going to go for another Ice Beam, hoping for a crit, freeze, something, and I'm still not getting it. And I'm going to get completely destroyed by this the leap. I go into my Dirt Bat, it's my last hope. I'm going to go for the Ice Punch as he goes through the cover. Don't know why he didn't just go for the Energy Ball. I go for the Ice Punch, and this is actually how it went last time. I went for the Ice Punch and froze it, but not going to happen this time. He's going to take me out, and that's going to be the end of the battle. Thanks for that battle, King of Crush. That battle made it plainly obvious that this team needs a change. So that's what today's talk of the day is going to be about. Today's talk of the day, I'm going to have to change something. And I'm thinking of adding a new team member, but I can't really decide between these two. So I want to leave it to you guys. I'm going to switch it out in maybe a week, and I'll check back by then. So I'm going to put 2 options down in the comments below, and I want you guys to vote what you like up. You can vote both of them up, or you can vote one up, or you can just not vote. Doesn't matter. The 2 options are going to be between Teddy Ursa and Snubble. If you guys want to recommend a 3rd option, I guess I could take a look at it, but it's probably nothing that I haven't thought of already. So that's it for today's talk of the day. I hope you guys all enjoyed that battle. Comment, rate, subscribe, and challenge.